Hi guys, sorry about that. Forgot to hit the unmute button. Good morning. I see that JNo's in here. And I've got your question. Audio is good, so we will correct that. Let me get the music playing and we will start. If you are new, welcome in. You must post your question on or in the comments. If it is an emergency question, you can put an ambulance in front of it and I will give you a fast answer. Excuse me. Oof. It's been a morning. I listen to music while I read, while I work, so if that bothers you, I'm not the reader for you. Hey, Caprimi, what's up? Hey, Shorty. I did get your question, LZ, and I did get your question, JNo, so I'm going to go ahead and start reading. We're just going to get rolling with this. If you're interested in Taccion Triage, check the description box below. It'll have the links to those videos, and let's get going. All right. Aw, you're so welcome, so brother. Anytime. The general for JNo. These readings will be interesting today, I feel like. Some have had a shift in energy. And if you come in and I don't see you, it's not that I don't want to say hi. I'm glad you're here. I just sometimes get deep in the readings and I get distracted. So welcome in. I've got a parrot. So I feel like there's definitely something here where we're focusing on like what it is that we're repeating or being conscious of what we're saying, right? Because a parrot is certainly conscious. It'll repeat some things that it hears. Or it tries to communicate in a way that's understandable. I've got a cat for you. Okay, so cat keeps coming up in your energy. I've got a butterfly. I've got an anchor. Whoa, look at you. That lets me know the energy is a little more anchored today than it was the last time. We also have a heart with a nurse's back. We talked about that. Jupiter's on the board here for education. So someone might be considering going to be a nurse for their service with 6th house here. We've got a dog. We have a little mouse who's Canadian essential. Okay. So we got 3rd, Jupiter, Gemini, and 6th. So definitely there's still some energy here, generally speaking, where we are sort of coming from a different place. Communication has sort of went, it's happening. It's definitely better now. I feel like there's been a talk about the bigger picture, about wisdom, and about sort of the bigger picture of what's going to happen and how you both will fit into the day-to-day. Okay. It's looking better. I know that it was rough. I feel like you're really being mindful on how you communicate as well, because, you know, 6th house can be like habits, and we do have communication here. So I feel like you're going to be thinking about what you say before you say it. I think that this Neptune in retrograde really brought to your attention some sort of underlying dynamic, and that's what I'm going to say, because you know what I mean. Okay, someone's decided to have a little bit of self-control when it comes to communication or trying to be more mindful about like what is said. I will say that because they won't prevent sort of like arguments or like someone from being guarded in their energy. But it feels like there's been a decision that's been made since the last time I read for you. And that decision is, even though we are different, you know, we can make this work. We can extend this out. There is this very strong focus on immediate environment. Typically yours is what I'm getting. Emperor. Everything's back on point here. I'm seeing the stability. I'm seeing everything just as it was. However, we do have a little bit of guardedness, just a tiny bit, which will resolve, I feel like, with time. Yeah, we're still looking on point. 2 of Cups, Emperor. And of course, I have You Are the Universe. So I feel like, you know, you had a difficult time. You overcome that. You realize that this is more anchored in than you thought. You know what I mean? Like, this is definitely a dream come true. And the question is here, especially for like all of you in here, are you ready to receive what it is that you have wished for, what you have aspired to be? Okay. There is a lot of love here. The Sun card, Leo, 5th house energy. And that love is enduring, you know, trials and tribulations, issues. And here's the problem. Like the Emperor knows like what's going on, okay, behind the scenes. And I feel like there's definitely this concern or protector nature that's going on here. Not in a bad way, in a good way though. You want to make sure that somebody's comfortable. You want to make sure that somebody feels loved. And even though you might have some fear on how this is going to go, there's this like divine trust in that it's going to go the right way, because you know this love is very strong. It's very pure. Okay. We're right back to the 2 of Cups. So just looking generally at the energy, it looks really good. There's been a decision to forgive and to move forward, you know. Real relationships have a little bit of trials and tribulations. And if anybody tells you no, they're totally lying to you. I've been, trust me. If you get along too good, something's wrong. You gotta have a little bit of healthy pushback, right? For sure. Stay spicy. We don't want to fight. You know, and I feel like there is this energy where you may be going to spend some time with this person. And that's when the energy is really, really going to shift, like when you guys are one-to-one here. But I do feel like there was an amazing conversation that really expanded things out. It really changed the dynamic. Your person's dealing with some sort of karmic cycle or some sort of energy where they weren't treated justly in a partnership in the past. And so these type of things are going to bubble to the surface, especially with that Neptune in retrograde. I don't doubt that you know, this won't be the last disagreement. But again, I will tell you, you guys will overcome it because this love is beautiful. It's important to stay positive because beauty comes from the inside out. Love yourself. Right? And I think we both are in this energy where you're loving each other as well. But the energy generally wanted me to tell you, like, love yourself, and it's important to stay positive because beauty comes from inside. So basically inside of your heart here. Let's get you one more. JNo, if opportunity doesn't knock, go to the door. And I think that's what you did. You know what I mean? Like, you definitely, you were like, no, we talking about this. We are talking about this. Let me see if there's anything that you need to know that's coming up here. Is there anything that JNo needs to know that's coming up here that's good for him? Okay, I see some healing here, actually. Okay, that's interesting. I've got the Lover, so I feel like there could be some energy exchange there. Ace of Pentacles, someone is super excited about the opportunity, and it's changed some sort of perspective with the Five of Cups. Maybe like they felt like a pause and they were like, ooh, I don't like this. You know what I mean? It changed it, you know? I've got the Devil in reverse. Okay, really good. So someone's facing their fear, okay? They're breaking some sort of change. I don't feel like it has to do with like their relationship. This has to do with something that they've carried inside that has sort of triggered them or made them feel a certain kind of way. Like they realize, and I always say, like, sometimes like when people aren't fully healed, you know, or over a certain situation, because to say you're fully healed is the wrong wordage, but if they get into a relationship without actually dealing with things, you might pay for the sins of the ex. And I hate that energy. But, if you're unaware that it's there, it just sort of comes out, okay? And I think that if something like that happened, this person's definitely looking at the situation and saying, hey, I see that that's a trigger. I'm going to work on that, because this person is not that person. They're not going to do to me what that person did. But when you get this energy, you know that they've dealt with control, sort of oppression, and things like that in the past, okay? So it really looks good. It looks like she is working on some things. She's seeing you in a different light, appreciating the conversation. The conversation really was meaningful. There's focus in the immediate environment for you. Very much still love here. You guys have both made a decision to love each other, to be together, and move forward in the Ace of Pentacles, which is this new start. Okay. I do see potential for going back to school here. I have that heart with a nurse's hat. I know that was in there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a heart with a nurse's cap. So she may be considering going to nursing school or something like that in the near future here, okay? Especially with Jupiter blessing the board here. With Jupiter, though, I will always say, lessons. You know what I mean? It can be school lessons, it can be life lessons, it's just lessons. Think of Jupiter as a professor. I don't know. Also, Uranus is a professor to me. So hopefully that helps you. Sometimes when the energy gets shook up like that, it helps, because it will kind of pull things up that maybe you weren't focusing on or you didn't know was there. It's almost like if you're looking at a rug. And I don't know why I'm getting this visual representation, but it's like you're looking at a rug and it doesn't look dirty, but you take it outside and you shake it and stuff's coming out of it. It's stuff there that it's stuff going on in fibers. Okay, I've got LZ, Caprimi, Shorty. Those are the people I have on my question list so far. So we're moving on to LZ. Hello, LZ. Welcome, welcome. So if I miss you, remind me. All right. I want to dig a little deeper into this conversation that's going to be had with this Capricorn. Copy that. I've got Libra, 9th house, Neptune, and 5th house. Okay, so 5th house is the house of love, it's the house of romance, it's the house of creation, creativity. Neptune is showing its presence on the board. I think there's a misalignment on a book here that's definitely going to come up in this conversation. And I do have Libra here. I feel like it's not anything that's going to sever the relationship, but it's almost like this misalignment of what I define as a relationship and what you define as a relationship. You know what I mean? What he defines as a relationship and what you define as a relationship. So I feel like, there could be some deeper conversation about how are we going to expand? What is this? What do you kind of see in the future? You know what I mean? And I've got a helm here, so that means that you're in control of how this goes. Also have Pegasus, freedom here. You will have the opportunity to continue to be with this person or to free yourself here. So, because I feel like they're going to tell you some sort of a truth here. It might have something to do with relocating or something like that. That's a possibility here, or just travel. Maybe they're thinking here, how do I have a solid relationship and romance here when I have to travel so much? So that Neptune's challenging that energy. And it's making them look at how much they're on the road or how much they have to do. You know what I mean? It triggered them. We have an owl, which is a very spiritual animal. I have a stingray. That's interesting. It's a little stingray. Sorry to the stingray there. And then we have a heart. So there's still love between the two, especially with the 5th house coming up here. I mean, whatever you say is definitely going to be the conversation that definitely brings truth to the table here. And it does kind of deepen the romantic energy between the two of you, okay? It allows creativity to occur. Right now, we're still in sort of this tower energy where things are sort of up in the air, but it also can represent revelation to me. And I think that somebody wants to come forward and speak something to you, like something that they want in romance or something. It's almost as if they're feeling like they've held back and they haven't come completely forward with something. Okay, maybe it has to do with something they want to create. Maybe they want kids. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, it could be like a conversation about they're worried about, like, I don't know why this word come up, like an affair or something like that. They're worried about affairs. Either way, it's going to be a good conversation that really puts you both at the helm of this relationship again. So it's very healing, whatever it is that's being spoken about here. Okay. And I have justice. You know, I feel like this conversation is definitely faded. It's something that needs to occur, something that needs to happen here in order for someone to feel safe enough. I hate to say it like that, but to feel safe enough to let his self be completely open. I also have the Enchantress here. So, you know, someone has really held back. They haven't really opened up completely. I think he's afraid you're going to leave him or have an affair or that he's not enough. I do feel that in the energy. I can't help it. It's coming up here. And that you might leave him because we do have the Pegasus here, and Pegasus is freedom. I hope that this person feels this way. I don't like that because it's not true. Right? And with Neptune going retrograde, they're going to see that that's not true because it's really hard to sort of visually focus on this sort of like delusion or this idea of something that potentially could happen, but it's not. You know what I mean? I think they're afraid that you're going to leave them, and I think they're going to vocalize that to you. You know, it's requiring a lot of grounding too. Like this person's really, and see, we got healing here. So this person, man, they've been through the ringer. You know, they really have been through the ringer. And the messed up thing is that this person really does see you as someone they can partner with in the future, but they have a very low esteem. They don't think that you will continue to choose them daily. And I can tell you, you will. You will choose this person. You do really, really have feelings for this person. You love this person. I'm kind of glad that Neptune's going retrograde for this person because it's going to force them to see that what they feel like is going to happen isn't. It's like the way they thought it was going to happen, it's not. It's going to be the opposite of that. Hi, Jazzy. Welcome in. Queen of Pentacles here. This is solid relationship coming from you. Solid relationship. You're willing to go through the trials and tribulations because you see the bigger picture of this connection, right? You're willing to, I hate to say this, you're willing to prove to this person that you're not going nowhere. 10 of Pentacles. And you shouldn't have to do that. But I do still see you guys having a solid relationship, you know, a new cycle in marriage and love here. I see it. It's still on the board. It's a possibility here in the energy. But this person has to complete the cycle of feeling like you're going to leave them because you're not. And I hate it for you because I don't want you to feel that you don't owe anybody anything else. But this person's been hurt and they don't think that you will stay with them for the long haul. It's kind of like this philosophy that everything, it's almost like what is the words that I want to say? This person is enjoying it while you are here. And they're afraid to fully open up in the heart because they're afraid you're going to pull back. So I feel like these are some dynamics that's going to come up in the conversation. And you're going to say something along the lines of, I didn't want to be with you. I would have not been here at all. You know, and the person's like practically looking at that and they're like, oh, you know what? Like, she's right. You're like, I'm where I want to be. Right? But there's an energy here where, you know, you're showing up really solid. This person's got to find peace. in this relationship and in you, and know, and when I say that, I mean they cannot be in their head thinking you're going to leave them. I got your question, Jazzy. They got to not be in their head about you leaving them, and it's just a fear. There's a fear here of that, very real fear. Yeah, like I feel like you feel very close to this person, intimacy. Like there's a similar vibration. You're willing to, and see, that's why I said, like, they're going to confess to you that they are going to, they're afraid if they think you're going to leave. You know, Neptune is like this delusion of a disillusionment, like a dissolvement, because they kind of have that in their reality, like their focus. This person feels like, I mean, they really feel this way. They feel like they're going to get hurt. And it's because they dealt with a false person and there's concern. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't blame this person. I can't. I mean, they've been hurt. And I say this all the time. And I just said this like previously. I don't know if it was for you or for JNo, but if a person's not healed from something really tragic that happened to them within a relationship, even if they think that it's healed, you know, it can bubble up to the surface when somebody gets to, because I swear this person feels almost like scorpionic. Hey, Newbie, thank you. Newbie. They feel this so deeply, and it's like it's really difficult, because the problem is this, it's like, this is a belief system that they have put in play in order to survive such a terrible situation, right? And when you challenge that belief system, it challenges your very existence, right? I don't know the dynamic, but this person was extremely low energy when this happened, because they never expected it. You know what I'm saying? And it put this false belief in their head that the same thing was going to continue to happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. And I just feel like with Neptune and retro, it's really helping this part. Like, do they want you? You know, because it's more about, like, for everybody in here, it's like, are you ready to get what it is that you think you want, right? And I really feel like for your person, it's about purification of what they're thinking, right? Like, I feel like they need to see the reality of it, that you continue to show up, you're here. They feel the energy of the connection between the two of you, okay? All right, show me anything that's coming in the future that's good for LZ and this person, please. Thank you, Newbie. We got the Queen of Cups. See what I mean? Like, there's the Strength card, but it kind of wanted to come out sideways. I think that this person's going to tell you that they are scared. You know, the Emperor's on the bottom of the deck here. They're scared because they really do have a lot of emotion for you, and it's scary to them to do this because, and I'm even going to say this, it's like the way you show up in a relationship is what they need, okay? And so it makes it even more of a loss. I don't know what it is about you that they really view you as somebody that, you know, would be absolutely perfect partner or perfect, I don't want to say perfect because nobody's perfect, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if they could pick a person, you have some qualities that are important, let's say that, to the survival and the expansion of the relationship. They appreciate the way that you are partnering, the way that you do, you know what I mean? How you are, how you present in a relationship, they appreciate that. But what you don't see coming that's good is that this person is going to open up to you, and they're going to tell you, you know, I'm sorry, but like, I was bullied in my past relationship. I tried to hold it together, and there's this insecurity within me that I just feel like I'm scared to get hurt, and if you left me, I don't think there's like a literal statement of like I would be unable to cope. Okay, it's something with your thought process too. You're very, they like the way that you bring balance. It's almost like a Libra. You know what I mean? Like they like the way you bring balance to things, balance to the thoughts and everything. You've really helped them a lot, LZ. I hope you know that. Like, you really have. So, I mean, that's what I'm seeing in this conversation. I think they're going to be honest and come forward and tell you that they wouldn't be able to cope if you did leave. And that takes a lot of guts for this person to stay because they're afraid. They're afraid to say that. I think it makes them look like weak, but instead it makes them look powerful because they're able to see that and then vocalize that, and then you can work through the problem, right? Be strong, be fearless, be beautiful. And I think that this person is learning that, right? Like you're teaching them to be strong, be fearless, be you. Let your heart out. Like, it's going to be all right. If you want to succeed, you should strike out on new paths rather than travel the normal paths of accepted success. So it's definitely going down a little bit differently than what this person had envisioned. That doesn't mean that it's not a successful path just because it's something a little different. They're starting to see that, there's multiple different ways to get somewhere or do something. And they trusted enough to do this and let you in. And it's definitely been a strong connection. They can feel that. If you guys didn't fight, then I would say somebody doesn't care that much. Like real relationships, you're going to have disagreements. And I'm serious, you guys. That's the part of it. Like nothing's going to be freaking perfect like that. If you're not having disagreements, something's wrong. Trust me, I know. Trust me. It's actually a little bit of rivalry between the two of you is healthy. Not like, I'm not saying like, I just seen the Ace of Wands on us with the deck there. Sorry, I didn't mean to. So a lot of grounding and healing is happening. I can tell you that. And I feel like this conversation definitely needs to happen. It's almost like it had to go into retrograde in order for this conversation to occur, right? Interesting. Hello, Ethereal. How are you? Okay, so hopefully that helps you, LZ. All right, on my list, I have Caprini, Shorty, Jazzy, and I have Newbie. Newbie, since you have a question, it's SA. I got your question. Thank you. Yes, I will get you last, Shorty. That's fine. Thank you for subscribing. You want to post your question, Ethereal Moon? Oh, I got it. You were already doing it. We was timing. You got it. Newbie. Did you post the question, honey? Happy birthday. You're so welcome, LZ. Anytime, honey. Anytime. These times are difficult, with the things going on, and like it's really hard to tell like what way something's going to go. But honestly, like I feel like that Neptune retrograde, it really brings the stark cold reality to the forefront, which is what we need, right? Just listening and sending love. Well, at least let me throw you one card. Moving. I want to pull you one. Let me just something. That's something I am going to start doing. If you're a member or super chats, I will do you guys first because I feel like that's only fair. Okay, newbie, you got something really good coming here, a sudden change or a shift when it comes to like your daily routines or work. I got your question. Or SK. I feel like something good is coming for you. I know you don't want a reading, but I have to do it. Don't give me no lip. If you can dream it, you can do it. And I feel like that's definitely the energy that you're having. You might be manifesting a lot of stuff like from the dream world and bringing it into the material plane fruition here. I appreciate you though. Sorry. Okay. I need to say Newbieme on. Your insight, Newbieme, is on point. So really listen to that insight. You're having a strong awakening here as well in your energy. Wow. And I feel like you're very enlightened with something. I feel like there's a strong protective energy around you. It's quite beautiful, actually. Any big calm energy that we need to tell is, or Newbieme. Big calm energy for Newbieme. Wow. Okay. So you've created this structure for something that you have brought to fruition, that you've dreamed about, and it's really going well. If it hasn't picked up the pace, it's definitely going to do so. I'm seeing 7, which is alignment here. And I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is coming in your energy here. Definitely got that. So it's like there's structure coming in. And the Wheel of Fortune here is saying, you know, the structure that you put in play is working. It's doing the thing. It's working. And I feel like something that you've really put some work into for a long time, maybe it's feeling, you know, maybe it is this dream, whatever it is, I feel like it's definitely coming to fruition. You know, when I see this energy and the 12th house is here as well, not only is it divine protection, but it's literally taking something from the dream world and pulling it into this plane, you know, manifesting it, material plane, like putting down roots. So whatever you're working on, keep doing it. It's amazing. Your insight's great. You're enlightened with it, and you're awakening people. Okay? Beautiful. Wonderful. Get you a few charms. I have to do the charms. Tree of Life. What? I got a little bag here, a little purse or a bag. So you might be going somewhere. I've got multiple different leaves. So maybe you're into some sort of earth planting, herbology, working with like oils, something like that. Okay. So leaves and leaves. That's what I got for you. So hopefully that gives you some insight. It looks really good though. Get it, Newbieme? You're expanded massively too. Just put it for that. Nice. All right, so next on the list, so let me tell you the list of what I've got. Okay, I've got Caprimi, Shorty wants to go last. I've got Jazzy Bella, Ethereal Moon, it's SK. You got 2 questions on the board. Let's see, no, you got 1. All right, I got y'all's questions. So we're gonna move forward with Caprimi. And welcome in if you're new. We appreciate you. We love new faces. If you want to look at the Taccion Triage, check the description box below. If you get bored waiting, hopefully you don't. Don't forget to drop a like, free, and I would like feedback on the questions, please, if you don't mind. All right. Those ones for me. Wow. So we got a dragon for you. We get a lot of passion, I've noticed, when it comes through. An elephant is they've not forgot you. I can tell you that. I also have a pumpkin. I don't know if that means anything to you, but a little pumpkin. I don't know. It also could be a watermelon. It kind of looks like a watermelon to me. I love watermelon. Got a little flame here. We've got a star and we've got a butterfly. Okay. The dice come out as Pisces, 8th house, Venus, and 6th. So, you know, I feel like they see you as someone who is dreamy, like almost like a fantasy. I'm sorry, but like the 8th house here can be someone who is physically attracted to you or is sexually into you or sexually attracted to you, especially like next to Venus. I'm not saying that's all that they are about, okay? I'm just saying like they are very attracted to you. And I don't know if I should say that on this. I gotta keep that PG. They like people to do things for them. Like that is a thing. Like I want you to think of like I'm just gonna say it. This person like is into submission and domination, and I don't know what vibration you put out, but like they are the type of person that is really, really attracted to you. So you must have something out there to where they're like, wow, this person is shining. Like they're absolutely, this is somebody that I feel like sees my internal soul. Like I don't know what that is. Take it as it resonates. They're really into you. Or they haven't forgot you, or they're remembering a time there was something that happened between the two of you, okay? There's a lot of fantasy here. Like, seriously, there's a lot of fantasy and a lot of, like, a lot of fantasy here. But I feel like this person feels also intuitively connected to you. So let's throw that out there too, because it's not just about like the sexuality, but they feel like something with you that they never felt before, and they are thinking about you all the time. So, I don't know, like you're constantly on this person's. What did you do? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Something that you did, it left a lasting impression. I don't know if it was a kiss or it feels more sexual. I'm not gonna lie, like something more intimate. But you know, a kiss can be super intimate. It just depends on, you know, who you're kissing. I don't know. But I feel like this very scorpionic vibration, okay, they are very deep and intimate. There's something specifically with the eyes. I don't know why the glasses can come out in the charms, but there's something specifically with the eyes, or looking into the eyes, they can penetrate into you and you the same. There's such a deep connection here. So how do they feel about you? A lot of things are going on inside of here and the whole body for you with this person. But they're highly thinking of you right now. It seems like while I'm pulling the energy, like highly thinking of you, like fantasy. They're watching you. Page of Swords is 2 of Cups is going on here. What did you do? What did you do? I'm kidding. So you want to know how they feel about you? They're thinking about exchanging energy with you. They're thinking about like the intimate times that you had. You know, it's something that definitely sticks through time. They can't forget you. Like they can't forget what happened here, and they feel like this strong pull to move towards you. They feel this strong connection with you, and they want to merge with you once again. That's what I'm getting in the energy. There's something specific with the eyes, like I said, like where there's a lot of passion. I'm trying to keep it PG, but there's a lot of passion. Like there's something specific with the intense, you know, I want to say Scorpio stare, because that's precisely what it is. Ooh-wee, it's getting hot in here. Ooh. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to reel it in. One can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar. They feel so freaking pulled to you right now. So pulled to you right now. Like they want to be around you. Ooh-wee. You're their weak spot. Sensitivity. What? You're their weak spot. When they think of you, you're like the kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the kryptonite. I got your question, Irene. I definitely got your question. I don't think I'm ignoring you. Welcome in, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm just reading. If I don't see you, I will say hi to you. This reading just took like a turn, didn't it? Creamy. There's something that you are okay with, that they are okay with, that the rest of the world, which I don't even care, but like the rest of the world would consider it taboo, but like you guys understand each other. I mean, you know, here it's you guys understand each other. I'm not even gonna lie, like they miss being around you. Like they feel privileged around you. Like they miss you. They really do miss you. I don't know what's going on. They are reflecting upon what you had, what you did, and they look at it as a gift. The memory itself is a gift, I'll tell you that. But you are every fantasy they ever had, honey, all packaged into one. Okay? Every fantasy they ever had packaged into one. I mean, that's your reading. I'm sorry if that's not, but don't just think it's just sexual, because there's much more to this. This person feels so close, like so deeply connected to you. Okay? But that comes with it as well. Okay? But they want to come towards you so bad. See, do not wait. The time will never be just right. It's like they don't want to wait right now. They want to move towards you. Something is causing them to want to make a movement towards you. So I don't know if they're just missing you, or you know what's going on, but you're heavily on this person's mind. I mean, that's an understatement. Heavily on this person's mind. They will never be able to like let that go. Watching you with cups. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, JNo. Sorry, I didn't see that was like deep in the reading. What an intense reading. Fantasy. I'm telling you that. Every fantasy this person ever had, you are it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and grab you, Jazzy Bella. You're up next. Welcome in, everybody. If you want to check out the Taccion monthlies, you can check it in the description box below. It's me. Welcome in, new people. We love it. Personal mind, break the silence. Let's see, honey.
Groups that we're dealing with now.
Ooh, you got a super spiritual energy right now. You're protected as well here. I'm seeing a bunny rabbit, which is fast. I feel like it's been moving slow though, just by the energy. It's almost like this person's been super silent, like with the 12th house here, like more than usual. I feel like Neptune moving in reverse here, retrograde. I can see this on the board. It's going to cause this person to really purify the thought process, purify the memory, And then I have the 4th house here of the inner world. There's been a lot of healing going on with your person. I will tell you that. It feels almost like there was a trigger. You know what I mean? Like a trigger of like, we can't do things the way that we used to do them. I got a dragon for you. This person could be year of the dragon or just a lot of passion. I've noticed that it comes up. I've got an anchor for you, and that usually means, interestingly enough, though, this anchor has a rope, and it reminds me of like Kundalini energy. So I don't know, you know, if there's a Kundalini energy activation there. And I've also got a cute little octopus. I don't feel like it's going to be right now, but just because a lot of these energies are silent, you know what I mean, like really inner world and inner reflection. But I do have the universe in my deck, and then the quantum leap, which means yes to me. It is coming, okay? So we'll see if we can get you like a timing on when it's coming, because that's the focus of the reading. I do feel like there will be a new beginning between the two of you here with the universe. The old way is going to complete. And I think that the reason that I was getting that energy of we can no longer do it the way we used to, it has to be done a different way. And you'll know what I mean by that. You know, like something was done that caused a little bit of a disagreement or a little bit of a silence to occur where someone felt like they needed to rest or they needed to sort of pull back. And it's something that's coming from the inner world, like so something that they don't share openly, something that they might be ashamed of. You know, with Virgo energy here, this can be someone who is picking themselves apart, okay? I hate that when Virgos do that to themselves. Virgos, you're amazing. Don't do that to yourself. We love you just the way you are. But Virgos can do that, and the energy is showing up here. And as this Neptune retrogrades, this person, I feel like, stops doing that. They stop like picking themselves apart with a fine-tooth comb because nobody's perfect, right? And honestly, my Scorpio talking right here, like it is your imperfections that make you super unique and attractive, in my opinion. I mean, that's just my but I'll love you just the way you are. You don't have to be nothing else. You don't have to do nothing else. Not how it works, but I feel like this person is definitely silent here. I feel the Wheel of Fortune is coming in saying that there will be some movement, you know what I mean, especially with the anchor here. This anchor is representing to me the anchoring of the connection, of the roots between the two of you. I feel like you got a history with this person. Like, definitely feel like you got a history with this person. It's not, you feel a past history with this person, you know. King of Pentacles with the King of Swords. I feel like the last time you spoke, it was kind of harsh, you know, I'm not going to lie. Like there is some truth that does need to come out, or maybe some truth come out and it was a little bit difficult. But it was truth that needed to come out in order to move forward. You know what I mean? There's going to be disagreements. I definitely feel like loves you though. Look at the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. This is someone who chooses you and continues to choose you. Okay.
This is a dangerous group.
I feel like there was a friendship here before there was sort of this relationship. Like there is a lot of trust here. I don't know what happened. It kind of feels like a spat or like someone's being stubborn and like being quiet, because it tells me that there is a structure here with Saturn. I mean, does this person live with you, 4th house? And they're just like being quiet. That's so awkward. I've been there. I don't know. Hold on. Let's dig a little deeper here. Not that one flipped. Like, I feel like you are used to being around this person daily, or they're involved with you daily. And maybe you guys even live together with the 4th house here. Okay, the Lovers can talk about like a solid, committed relationship. You know what I feel like? I feel like you just had a fight, a disagreement. Like maybe someone ran their mouth and was like, I'm just sick of this. You know what I mean? And then they're just like went silent, but it's like the whole time they just was upset. Okay, are you guys going to split up? No, you're not going to split up. You know, this person's taken like, they just need some patience here. I feel like they really love you. There's something about you where they really, really love you, okay? They're not going nowhere. Okay, if they've been silent and stubborn, I see the 10 of Cups. Come on now. This person loves you, whatever. This person loves you, whatever. I don't care what they say. I don't care. It seems like someone was like, well, I don't like the way you do this, and I'm going to throw a fit about it or something like that. If you said, you know, I'm done with you, like maybe you're aggravated and you're done with this person. I mean, there could be that. Some sort of truth did come out, but I'm going to tell you this person does love you, but one of you feel stuck. Okay, hold on. Let's change. Okay. Neptune in reverse. 4th house. 12. Okay, let me ask this. What was this truth that come out? Is it cheating or what is this truth? 9 of Wands. What happened? Okay. One more, please. You was married, Empress with the 9 of Wands. Did somebody cheat? Did somebody cheat? And they got caught cheating? Okay, here's what I feel like happened. I feel like you were married to somebody, because I've got the Empress here, or you at least had children together and lived together. I feel like something happened where this person was truly enamored with you. I don't know if this has to do with like a low self-esteem within them or something. Maybe they felt like undesirable or something like that. But I feel like they may have cheated. Because I've got the 9 of Wands here, and I think you are coming in the energy here, or they are saying that they wanted to move on. Because what happened just was painful, but it doesn't remove the fact that they loved you and love you. If they're not saying that, it's because they're angry with the situation. And if you are split up, I feel like this person is going to try to transmute the relationship, at least come back as friends, because they do love you. They have loved you at one point, and they do love you. And I feel like life just happened. I'm not making excuses for this person, but there was this change that they felt in the connection. They felt the change, and they felt like caged in and stuck. And so they started to message someone else, is what I feel like. I'm sorry that this happened to you. Because 12th house can be a dissolved marriage or a dissolvement here. But you want to be clear when you're looking at the energies to see what all comes out. And it was looking good until it didn't. Right? And I feel like you're almost at the end of whatever happened here in this cycle. It's just trying to tell the story. Now I just went like this, and I know you can't see that, but my hand hit the structure card, and it went in reverse. So the structure dissolved. So I feel like you're completing something with this person. It feels like a disillusion or like getting away from this person, and things are going to start to feel better. I want to say this. You are the Empress. So you have amazing energy. Okay. This is not your fault. I don't know if you're blaming yourself or something like this, but it's not your fault. This person messed up. I mean, straight up, they'll spend the rest of their life realizing that, okay? But I don't want you to blame yourself. This has nothing to do with you, okay? You did nothing wrong. You're actually a good partner. You know, the Empress is a very nurturing person. The Empress comes in and really helps everything grow. Like, their life was better because you were in it. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's your responsibility, but you put a lot of time into this relationship with Saturn here. And when it flipped upside down, I'm sure that there's a split here. I'm sure of it. And you asked, when will the person on my mind break the silence? I feel like they're still in the healing process. They are ashamed. See, I'm telling you, guys are married because there's something here with name. also seeing adjudication. Like, I feel like you might be getting a legal separation or something like that. Like, there's a person like coming in between, but I don't know if there's like a concern here, like whether you're going to be able to work it out. And I do feel like you guys are going to get to a place where things get better, whether it's friends or, you know, one day you decide to revisit this. I don't know, but I do feel like things will get better. There will be forgiveness here. I don't feel like it right now because it's pretty hectic and crazy, but I don't know. I'm sorry, this went south. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. And so I feel like your future is becoming more clear now. Okay. It's saying arise. It's saying stand back up, dust yourself off, move forward. You know what I mean? This person understands the error of their ways. Be strong, be fearless, and be beautiful, because that's what you are. And I'm being told to tell you what you do makes a difference, and don't you dare feel like you do not make a difference or you did not make a difference, because you absolutely did. Okay? You absolutely did. This person was struggling because they couldn't remember who they are, right? It says it's very important to know who you are to make decisions to show who you are. And the decisions that this person made wasn't in alignment. Okay, they messed up. Nobody's perfect. Everybody screws up. This is a bad screw up, though. I'm not going to lie about it. I see a new coming towards you, Ace of Pentacles. Now, whether you're healed enough to go that route or whatever, because I feel like you're working on some healing, but I feel like you have some prospects here, or you have some communication that is coming your way. One of the communications is going to be the moon here. It's going to be this person. So you will have a conversation after a silence here. Eight of Swords. Ooh, that's going to be a rough conversation. But the truth will be spoken here with the Ace of Swords, okay? I think this person might even tell you, you know, I messed up, I'm sorry. It didn't have anything to do with you, okay? Like you definitely, you know, improved my life, or you improved the situation. I appreciate you for that. Like, I feel like you could get like some appreciation. You know what I mean? Like, if there was some animosity between the two of you, I'm sorry, this took a whole nother route. I need to see what you're saying. We were married. Okay, so the separation I'm picking up is right. We don't live together. Did you live? Well, if you're married, you did obviously live together, because I've got fourth house here. It could just be like closeness to the inner world. He divorced me. Aww. Well, now you know what happened. I mean, he was seeing somebody else. But I feel like if there's animosity between the two of you, you will get an apology. You hear me? We'll get an apology. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Jeez. You deserve better. But nobody's perfect. Like people screw up. Give me a timing on when this ex-husband will reach out here. Okay, clarify, please. Okay, by January, February, you guys are going to be back on point. Like, you'll be there will be forgiveness between the two of you fully. But I feel like this can happen anytime from now till then, but specifically Capricorn, Aquarius season. So that's December and January. I don't know if there's like a get together because of the family and you guys have to talk or something like that, but this person certainly will come forward and speak to you, because, you know, what happened doesn't have to do with you. It's nothing you did wrong. They just felt dead inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, life happens, and sometimes we make bad decisions. You know, Aries popped out. It was an impulsive choice. Okay, it wasn't thought through and things like that. They really was struggling inside. And it did hurt them to do things this way, because you are not a bad person. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that you guys were friends, like, before you got married. You know what I mean? But I'm so sorry. So be looking for healing to come between the two of you anywhere from now till December, January. And I feel like you will be in the presence of this person in someone's home for like a holiday or something like that. And it will be peaceful. There will be peace. I don't know if this person was attached to somebody, maybe like a parent, like was influential, like in their life on the other side of the family or something like that. And I don't know if like one of your parents or something like that kind of stepped up and like parented this person. Maybe they didn't have, I don't know. I'm sorry. Not what I wanted to come out for you. I thought I was reading on like a marriage at first here, and like that it was just like a spat is what it looked like, appeared to be, until I started to dig. And then you're spiritually protected. You need to know that, okay? I really thought I was reading like, a marriage spat or something. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, this is going to be fine. But yeah, like, I'm so sorry, honey. That's so tough to have to deal with that. I gotta go grab something really quick, you guys. My belly's growling and I hate that on camera. So give me just a minute. I'll be right back, okay? I can go. Sorry if you have to wait. And again, sending you my love, Jazzy Bella, because that is so tough. Like, I want you to know that it has nothing to do with you. You are beautiful and perfect. It had nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Please know that. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm serious. Like, that's rough. But I don't want you to blame yourself, okay? Like, sometimes things happen here in the energies and it's rough, You build a life with somebody and that happens. But I promise you, you guys will come to a place of healing. You will. You really will. So, I'm sorry about that. All right, ethereal moonlight, you will be next. I have it's SK, and then I have Irene Austin. Thank you, Shorty. I just seen that. Somebody bugging you. Somebody bugging you guys. Let me. All right, give me just a minute, you guys, and I'll be right back, okay? I know you're waiting patiently, and I appreciate you for that. Give me one moment, okay?
groups that we're dealing with now.
I'm back. I had to eat something because I can't stand when my stomach growls, but on camera, but I like to read on an empty stomach, so sorry about that. We've been on here for about an hour and 10 minutes, so we're going to proceed forward. All right, next 2 months. I'll do that. I see that you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone and do something here because you're wanting something. There's some sort of a dream or a wish here. Thank you, Gina. That you want. Are you thinking about going back to school, learning something new here? What is this? Energy work. Yeah, definitely. So you are wanting to create something, wanting to do something with your whole heart here. I feel like it's going to require you to step out of your comfort zone to do so. I've got a mermaid here, so that's very, Pisces energy, like dreamy. I got a butterfly, so you've been through massive transformations here. To get to this point, I've got an octopus. Maybe you've kind of retreated back, or you pulled back away from the limelight in order to sort of work on something. I got a deer. I got 2 deers. The deers might have relevance. Maybe you see them, or you see something related to that is some sort of inspiration to you. Okay. About who you are, who you want to be in this world, like what it is that, like, who am I is what this energy is to me, right? I feel like there's a restless energy here for you because it seems like you've had to really push hard and have a lot of strength. And I'm telling you, there's a breakthrough coming. Ace of Wands here. The answer is yes. You've really worked on showing courage and stepping out of some sort of a comfort zone here. And you're telling me, I'm tired. I've pushed really hard to go forward. I have had to have a lot of strength, and it's taken all of my heart to push forward here. You've had to be clever as well, I feel like, with this energy on the board. And a lot of things have sort of dissolved away, and you've had to rebuild who you are. You've had to rebuild where it is that you want to go. And I feel like you might be considering like relocating, and it's something that, you're kind of worried about, right? You're wondering like, how will it be? Like, you're trying to have realistic viewpoints about if you would relocate. You know that it would be uncomfortable here, but I think that you're going to take this leap of faith here. You're going to move forward because there's this people in you. It's almost like this inspired action to do this new start, and you really desire a newness here. Pray for the Ace of Wands, please. The next 3 months, I feel like, is going to be very good for you. I feel like you certainly are going to stack some pentacles. I've got the 10 of Pentacles here. So like, I feel like success is coming to you finally. I've also got the Temperance card, again, reiterating like understanding something, learning something, movement, expansion, relocation of self. You got a really balanced energy as you proceed forward here. What is this that you're learning, studying in order to increase your money, think you're walking away from something you used to do something different. I feel like for you, it's like you realize that something you used to do, it was like an illusion. Okay, and like that you want to do something that's more in alignment with your philosophy, more in alignment with you. And I feel like whatever you're feeling pulled to do, it's uncomfortable, right? But because you've always done it a certain way. But in the next 3 months, I feel like I'm getting the number 10 and 9 and 10, 9 and 10. If you lean into this, okay, it's a huge transformation. It's asking for a lot. It's asking for a lot from you because you are uncomfortable with this. It's new, a new path. You will feel this inner balance, and you will see the sort of growth of whatever it is that you're leaning into and trusting. Because it's about trust. I feel like you're being asked to trust a lot more recently, and it's required a lot of strength. Why do I feel like you've had to push really hard? And you're saying to me, I've had the courage, like I've stepped up to the plate, like I've done the thing, and it just seems like it's delayed in how it's been delivered. You have the talent, you have the wisdom, you have the understanding to do this. Was it about realizing that within your sense of self, who you are, or is it about you really truly letting your heart lead the path here? Because that's what it feels like. It's very Leo energy. And I feel like with the North Node moving to Aquarius, it's going to bring some sort of partnership to you that is going to change everything. And it's because you've done some work. You're looking for specific people to be around. The Sun card. Things are going to get better for you over the next 3 months. I feel like money is going to be better here. I do feel like there's going to be some material wealth or material success, and I feel like you will be able to rest. You'll be able to balance things out where you felt extremely tired because you had to push and you had the courage to move forward. But some sort of risk that you took where you trusted that God had your back, where you trusted Source, is going to pay off here. You trusted.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with.
You're creating something here. You're creating something. And it's a yes for you. Okay? Maybe you had some issues with stress and health and stuff just because you feel like you had to push so hard. But it's like you let that go. You let that go and you trusted. And now comes the payoff. Gift. So that's what I see for you in the next 3 months here. Something has dissolved away too that was maybe a fear, maybe it was you was having trouble trusting because things weren't moving like they used to, and you just felt like that slow movement was a no, right? Or maybe the downloads or the affirmations weren't super loud, okay? But that will change. I do feel like you want to go on vacation, or you're looking at going somewhere. I do see that right here. Take that time to rest and do what you need to do for this month here, because that's definitely something I was picking up on, the divine reset, okay? So hopefully that helps you. But something's going to hugely pay off for you dividend wise. Like I feel like something's expanding. It can be mermaidy, and I don't mean that like in a derogatory way. It's spirituality. There's something where you want to share what you have, or expand, or share your wisdom, or something like that, and you're stepping on the stage or the scene, you feel like you got Leo energy, and Leos have been sort of feeling cloaked, and that's shifting and changing specifically in August. I feel like that would be the big, huge shift. But it's like right now there's behind the scene things going on. You know what I mean? That you're really working on refining it and doing something different here. But the mermaid tells me it's going to pull people in, right? Like I can feel that very much. And it's a huge change from what you used to do or how you used to do it or something like that. You're taking a risk, like you're trusting. And I feel like trusting is helping you. If you trust God, God's got your back, right? So it definitely looks good for you. I like it. All right. Will I get into medical school? Yes. But hold on. Maybe initially it's yes. You're welcome. I've got a diamond. You're very rare. I've got a fish with Jesus. So I feel like this is your life path. This is what you chose to do when you come down here. This is your way to give back. I've got the 11th house of humanitarianism and making the future a better place. Okay, I definitely got like the energy of like you're a healer for sure. Definitely healer energy, and that's who you are. You know what I mean? That's just natural. You've been this way since you could ever remember. Okay, I've got an owl. So you've got a strong instinct when it comes to like medical things. I'm seeing a plane. It might require travel though. I'm seeing a butterfly. Actually, that's a moth, now that I think about it. And the moth travels by the dark, right? So like there's going to be a lot of things that you don't know, but you have that faith that this is what you were sent here to do. You know what I mean? 4-leaf clover. So you've got luck on your side as you proceed forward here. And we've got the Pegasus. And this is about freeing your mind. And you certainly have the goods to do this. Okay. Don't ever let anybody tell you don't. You certainly do. So will you get into medical school? Yes. It's like your contract. It's like your soul contract. You are important because the way that you will practice medicine will be very different than anything prior to that, right? Like you bring this innovation to the field, right? It's going to be rough, okay, but you got this. Right, I see the Fool card for you, or the Prodigy in my deck, with the Devil. But the Devil's not bad. In my deck, it's the Contractor. It just means like really putting your nose to the grindstone. This is going to be a difficult energy to pursue, but you want it. And you're going to be tested by Saturn, like how bad you want it. There's going to be times where you want to quit, but don't quit because you have this innovative diamond mind where you bring something so different to this arena. And remember, you're not alone. You're not alone. You have spiritual protection, right? You have an intuition about you that's going to help you choose the right thing to do, the right way to heal, what the body needs when someone's unable to tell you, right? You're very intuitive, and that's going to serve you well in this field. Trust me, I am too. I am going to tell you that, right now, I think that you should start probably preparing financially because this is quite a long haul when you go into medical school, and financials can be hard. So you need to know that financials are going to be rough for you. I see it in your future. That's another confirmation, that you're going to get into medical school, especially when residency hits. It's really hard. You can't really do anything else, okay? You're going to get frustrated as you proceed through this energy, but stay on it, okay? It's a test, and you will pass the test. Trust me. You're going to think that you can't sometimes. You can do this. There is some concern about possibly what place you're going to go, and if it's going to require you to move or relocate, or if it's going to require you to sort of do some things online. Now, courses online are a bit more difficult. I feel like because you're independent study, so you may decide to do some classes online or something like that. But at one point or another here, I feel like there will be a point where you have to go and be within something, whether it's a hospital that you're doing a residency in. But there's a determination with you. And I feel like that determination is going to lead you to success as long as you continue to believe in yourself, okay? Overcoming obstacles. Keep your eyes on the stars, but remember to keep your feet on the ground, okay? So, like, this is going to require, like, hey, this is one hell of a dream, but it is going to require a lot of effort, and I certainly feel like you can do this. I believe in you.
Groups that we're dealing with now.
You can do anything that you put your mind to. Anything. Well. Awakening and sensitivity. I feel like you are a very sensitive person. You're very intuitive, and it's definitely going to activate that fully 100% if you're already not aware, which I believe you are. You know, you're going to see that you have some hidden abilities to heal or know what's going on. I feel like emergency medicine, or like something that is really, really like do or not, like you got to react right now or something will happen. So you're going to take on a higher stressful job. I feel like you might not start out that way, but it will go that way. So maybe that's the decision that I'm picking up on. Maybe you'll decide to specialize in something, you know, maybe surgery or something like that, because, you know, Mars is here and Mars talks about surgery or severing, or, you know what I mean? But yes, you will make it in. Stay in that determination. I think that FedEx is out there delivering something, so you might get a delivery. You're definitely going to make it in. Keep me posted. Okay. I will say this. I feel like this person is very contractual because I got Libra here and they're like looking at it, but I feel like they liked you as a tenant, or if things wasn't super bad with you as a tenant. So I do feel like with the sun here that you will get your deposit back before, like they're not going to want to make you completely wait, because and it has something to do with the way in which you left the apartment. It's like in really good condition. I don't know if you've done like improvements to the apartment or something like that, but you was a good tenant. So I feel like the answer is yes, but let's see. Aw, thank you. And you're very welcome. You actually really love to be a surgeon. You should do it. You should do it. The answer is yes for you, honey. I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, you're a good tenant. You were a good tenant. And honestly, they're going to miss you. They're going to miss you. Everybody else is like combative and they fight and stuff, but not you. You know what I mean? Not you. You're just a good-hearted person. And I feel like they was thankful to have you because you actually took stress off of them. You know, and they know that you're moving on to something else in your life where, I mean, maybe you're learning something, maybe you're just moving, and they can just go. But yeah, I feel like you'll get it back. You honored the contract. You know what I mean? So I feel like you're going to get it back earlier. And I feel like August,
we're dealing with.
August is when you're going to have some sort of a conversation with this person, and they're going to tell you like they really appreciate you. I don't know like if they know or like they're sad because you will be leaving. Maybe you're finishing up like the contract. They're sad. They're sad. They really did like you. I don't know, because they kind of felt like he was like, you could have been like one of their kids or something. Like I'm not saying you are, but like they felt very parental or something over you, or like they just feel like it was a wonderful tenant. That's what I'm gonna say. All right. But yes, they're gonna miss you, honey. But yes, you will be getting that deposit back early because they're gonna miss you. I'm seeing a rose or a flower or a leaf specifically, and a sewing machine. So I don't know if you like sew stuff or if your landlord is into sewing. I don't know, like crocheting or something like that. But I feel like they might even like consider making you something because you were like that important to them. You know what I mean? Like there's something with flowers or something or leaves that I'm seeing. Okay. Yeah, you will get your full deposit back. I also have a ladybug for luck. Okay. They'll never forget you either because an elephant's here. So what is the sewing? What is the sewing machine? Like the sewing that I'm seeing here? What is that? Do you sew or does this person sew or what is that? But you will get your deposit back and they're going to miss you. Like they're really going to miss you. It's hard to find like good tenant. You know what I mean? It's hard to find good tenants. And so you become part of that person. They look at you like family. You guys are close or something, or there's something where they feel very close to you. And I think you'll miss being there because you had some good memories there. You know what I mean? Like you felt like you fit in well in that area for sure. You felt a sense of safety a little bit there. You like sewing? I was like, what's the sewing machine? Like, so we've got a surgeon, someone who can sew really good. He's going to create a bunch of art. I'm kidding. In the making, baby, in the making. Okay. So, if you're watching, the list is caught up. This is your time to come forward. If you want a question, you want to start you should do it. You should do it because I don't usually get that charm. Like that's pretty rare. Matter of fact, I think that's like the first time I've ever pulled it live. So like that's significant when you get something like that, especially when Libra graces the board and it's saying like you're such good. You're like good with contracts and stuff like that. Like you might have a contract here and just being creative with the sun card here and the ninth house of like just expanding like your something that makes you happy, right? Doing something because it makes you happy and then you're able to like do something with that. that's not like what you asked, but it might be a good form of like extra income for you because you enjoy doing it. Okay, I'm going to we're going to do that just so people can see. And I'm going to give them just a second to come in. If nobody comes in, then I'm going to read Shorty and we're done. We've been on for about an hour and 35 minutes. So that's about normal. You can't wait. I can't wait for you either. I'm super excited. I feel like whatever you do create is beautiful to you. Like you have a Venusian energy, like Venus. So like whatever you do, you're going to put like your whole heart into it too. So like, you don't halfway do something. Like it's something that you would also wear or do, or you treat people like with dignity and love. Like you just have a huge heart. I mean, you do. We need that in this world so bad. Like we do. You don't even know, like this person may have needed to have a good tenant like you because they've had, the opposite of that. So, your energy is very refreshing. And we appreciate a big heart right here. We certainly do. That Leo heart. Even if you're not a Leo, you feel like one vibrationally. All right, I'm gonna get up for just a second. We're gonna see. Okay. Yeah, like awesome. You're gonna start your online business when you move to Phoenix. And that might be why it's coming out. Like, come out to relate with that. I mean, sometimes it's about location too, Good job. You made my day. I'm glad you came in. You guys are the reason I do this, out of love. Okay. Thank you, LV. All right, I'm getting some Mars energy for you here. So I do feel like there's potential for like a little bit of maybe like holding back because you don't want to say the wrong thing, because there is an energy here where there's a little bit of aggravation, and I feel like it has to do with something that you're sharing, or maybe someone shares something that doesn't make you feel very comfortable. Okay, like I don't feel like it's something that you want to hear. Okay. I've got a tower here, Eiffel Tower. I've got a star. I've got a rhinoceros. I've got 2 dolphins, super spiritual, intelligent. I've got a right wing. I don't know why I say right wing. It's a wing. But when I see that, I think of the right wing of mindful action, because that come up in the reading. A starfish. And you know what's coming up in my mind? You can't save them all. You know what I mean? But you can pick the ones that you want. I also have a butterfly here for metamorphosis and transformation.
That we're dealing with now.
Aw, you enjoy the rest of your day too. Thank you for stopping by. I remember when the Holy Spirit told me there was no wrong move or wrong choice. Yes. Your heart's in the right place. Okay, what is this? Someone's not I feel like you're going to get some information or somebody's going to say something and you don't appreciate it. I don't know. I don't feel like this is about you. I feel like it's about somebody else. Like, you don't appreciate it. It's like you don't want to be within dynamics where there's just bumping of gums or just like chitter chatter for no purpose. Like, I don't know. This might be someone who just talks to hear themselves talk. But I think you're evaluating whether you want to still continue to sort of let this person in your immediate energy. So what I'm picking up on is there's a potential for you to like sort of go quiet on somebody because you don't appreciate either gossip or you don't appreciate something that they're saying. Maybe you feel like they shared something that was truly intimate for somebody and like you feel like that person should have told you instead of them or something and you don't trust them anymore. Does that make sense? Like telling like it's not your secret to tell, like they're telling a secret that isn't theirs to tell. And it's like you don't appreciate that because you're like, if this person's going to do that to this person, they're going to do it to me. So like that's a route. And I don't think this is somebody that you're super surprised. It's almost as if you know who this person is. All right. Maybe you've seen this behavior before. They themselves are a little bit unstable and unbalanced. They're wasteful with their words. They just bring bad news. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's not meaningful. It doesn't feel like bad news to me. I mean, it's saying bad news, but I feel like, to me, it's like just gossip. It's nothing like something like you're getting like something bad told to you. It's like this person's trying to afflict the reputation of someone else, which is very hateful. Very hateful. There is a feminine or water sign, and there is a fire sign, and you seem to be in between that. So there's a fire and a water sign that wants to speak up, or you're in between a dynamic there, and I feel like one of these people are going to fall off because you don't appreciate something that they said or how like it's almost like a gossip. It could be work related, right? It could be work related. It's like while you're away too, like things change and then you come back and it's like you hear this information. So I don't know if like you're traveling right now, you know, I feel like you're traveling right now as we speak, especially like maybe by air or something. I don't know. You're traveling, and so when you come back, we're getting an energy of someone speaking very heatedly, or they're speaking gossip, and you're not having it.
Groups that we're dealing with now.
Hey, Sumbla, how you doing, baby? And, you know, Spirit's saying, like, be cautious because, like, this person is kind of gossipy. I don't know. I got your question, Sumbla. I don't know. I don't know who this is, but I feel like you're not surprised. This is someone you know who it is. And there's two different parties, like fire and water, that tend to be involved in this, okay? When you come back, or like, it'll be after you come back from some sort of like travel, okay? Well, it's gossip. It is gossipy. You may have had an incident with this person in June. There's something that happened in June. They're bringing that up, like something in June like made you see somebody a certain way, and you've been giving them the benefit of the doubt, kind of standing there waiting for them to sort of come forward or do it again, and then that was when you was going to make your decision to sort of sever it if that's what it took. But I feel like you're going to go silent on somebody. And there's an Aquarius in your energy that I don't feel like you're comfortable with. Right? I don't know who this Aquarius is, but I feel like there's something uncomfortable, or the Aquarius and you are in the center of the feud or something going on, or something like that. All right. There's a lot of talk going on here. A lot. I almost feel like there is a bit of impulsivity with this spoken word, like people are being aware who they're dropping things around communication wise, and it's like it's gossip that has to do with somebody's appearance or somebody's body. It's just not nice. It's not nice. Or how they are. Maybe even like their approach to life, right? Because we do have Aries here, for sure. Be that too. They're just openly spewing out words, right? Like their thoughts, and somebody's saying something about someone not they don't have enough money, or they don't have enough of this or that. They're very materialistic, is what I'm getting. I don't like it. Can we see some positive coming in, please? So they just wanted to warn you that some relationship that you have friendship-wise where someone's very gossipy and they're just sort of like spew things out and they're very open, like that's not going to work, right? I got your questions. You're going to make a judgment call to sort of move away from all the dramatic energy. And I do feel like you could potentially be looking at a new vehicle or doing something to your vehicle. Okay. That's what's coming through. But I do see the Four of Swords. Like you're gonna, it has something to do with an Aqua or Aquarius type of energy. Maybe it's you and an Aquarius cut somebody off or something like that. You'll know what I'm talking about. And this person is just, what they say is very controversial. It just keeps coming through. Don't trust this person. Don't trust this person. They're part of like a community, or they're part of like a friend group or something like that. And they just put their nose where it doesn't belong. You know what I mean? But you're moving in a new direction, LZ. There's a rebirth energy for your growing. There's a new direction here for you. And I feel like you don't want to be around people who are judging other people, like, because you don't feel that way. You just want people to have the right to exist. And I feel like there will be an end to a situation here where someone just isn't mindful about their words, right? It can be quite gossipy. But you do have something with a car coming up as well, okay? I just really feel like you just don't want to deal with drama, honey. Like, you just don't. And this will happen when you get back from some sort of like a trip or something like that. I'm not really sure. Going from a distance to like coming back. A lot of talk. People need to mind their business. They need to mind their business. And I think that's why when I picked up the wing, I said the right wing of meaningful action. And then I said you can't save them all. Do you remember that in the beginning of the reading? So it's like your mindful action is to not listen to words that are poisonous. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to, you're being conscious about what is entering your mind and what you're listening to. So hopefully that gives you some peace there, LZ. I'm sorry. I hate that the readings are going that route, but this Neptune in retrograde, it is bringing up some truth here. It's just, you're tripping to get to it. You know what I mean? Like, you got to really look. All right, general reading. So I feel like you've definitely been looking at your partnership with yourself here. I've got 7th house Taurus, looking at your emotions. Got Venus here, really trying to heal, trying to pull in sort of the blessings of Venus here. I've got the 5th house. So let's just talk about the chart here, because it is the primary energy. You're really doing some deep work, some deep lifting. Like, you are also like releasing some old romantic dynamics here. So I don't know what is happening here. But if you've harbored some pain from a relationship and that's become like one of your emotional possessions, you're blessing it with Venus. Okay. I see a little kitty cat. I see a unicorn, so reminding you that you're rare. Okay. Like, the most important relationship you're ever going to be in is the one with yourself, and the most important love is how you love yourself, because it's about awareness of self and awareness of others. And if we see somebody and they can't treat us a certain way, they can't treat themselves that way, right? Like, so we can only expect to be treated in a way in which that person's going to treat themselves. Example, if they're treating themselves badly, we cannot expect for them to treat us different, right? So we have to start really listening to what people say. And I think that you're working on what that means for you, what you will own, what you will partner with, what you will accept when it comes to love, the parameters in which that exists. What does love mean to you? What will you accept as a romantic endeavor, a long-term partnership? But you're also looking at adversarial energies here as well, like people who didn't do you right, you know what I mean? And you're trying to clear that out. You don't want to hold on to that, because you know that when you plant the seed, you don't want that in the soil, right? So you've been doing a lot of work clearing it out. I've got the dragon here. I feel like you're very passionate right now, or your heart is very expansive and strong, like the electromagnetic field of your heart. I've got a snowflake. So anytime this comes up, I always talk about the research that they did where they spoke positively in the frequency of water, and when they froze it, that it froze in more symmetrical crystals, ice crystals. So it's like you're trying to infuse your energy with positivity to remove the negativity, right? Maybe like drinking more water as well. And I got a little bunny rabbit. So they represent love to me as well when they come up. You're doing like difficult work though, but you're really looking at like creativity and like what you want to create when it comes to romance and partnerships. And I feel like you're manifesting like a solid relationship that has a reciprocity in the love. You want somebody to have a very big heart as the Sun card comes out, right? So what does your higher self want to tell you? Continue to self-love here. Continue to set these boundaries. Continue to receive the blessings here. And I do feel like I need to ask you, are you ready to receive what it is that you've actually manifested? Because I feel like that is coming into your life. It's more purified though. It's a purified vibration of love. I feel like you're manifesting by doing work on yourself inadvertently. You're manifesting love in your life, and it's been a hard road, and you've really strengthened your energy. Since saying King of Wands here, you've worked on yourself so much. You're seeing the number 9. You've come to some sort of understanding of truth here, and I feel like, you know, you've strengthened your energy. You've had the courage too. So let's just say that you've had the courage to lean in and do this healing. And I feel like it's working in the law of attraction. Okay, like, and that's why I'm getting like that strong electromagnetic energy. It's because you've done this work. You didn't do it to pull anybody in. I mean, you were thinking about what you might want, but you didn't cube it or like put it in a cube or a box. It was open to that, but you were more focused on working on yourself, and it's pulling from the 7th house. You know? And I feel like you have moved away from an old way of existing where you felt like you had to sort of protect your energy, and you no longer having to do that. Like, you're trusting your discernment, you're trusting your energy, you're trusting yourself. And I feel like there was a huge courage here and strength that we need to sort of call out and say, hey, you know, we want to admire the courageousness to go in and sort of purge this out, you know? You have to participate relentlessly in the manifestation of your own blessings. So, and that's what you're doing. You're not trying to, you're literally working with Venus here, and you're trying to bless your energy by removing this residual, these things that you have held on to for so long, you know what I mean, that you realize you don't have to hold on to that anymore because you did nothing wrong, or you've healed from it, or maybe you accept your position in it, or you have accountability for, I don't know, but I feel like you've been hurt. But you know what I want to say? Somebody who gets hurt, and they turn around and open and love, and they're still that way, and they don't let the poison of this world or the hatred, self-hatred of another person ruin their heart, that takes courage, right? That takes courage, and I don't think that gets pointed out enough. That you are participating in loving yourself. You're participating in removing the things that doesn't belong there anymore, that don't belong to you. Maybe you took on emotion that wasn't yours because you was with somebody and you cared about them, and you know what I mean? There's a lot of healing here, but you're manifesting your own blessings, and that's why, God, are you ready to receive what it is that you've really created here? And you have a guardian looking over you here, you know, as you proceed forward here, so just know that. And I got soulcraft, so you might be leaning into something here where you are doing something that's truly in alignment with your soul. And I think that, like, purging out and love and heart is where that soul vibration is coming from, the spirit vibration, like your higher self, right? Like, the more you open in the heart, the more you heal, the stronger that frequency is going to become, and the stronger it's going to manifest things to you, you know? That's what I got for you, baby. Okay, the questions are not open. I'm closing the questions for the day because I've been on here for 1:58, an hour and 58 minutes. I'm going to do Shorty's question, and then we're done. But I'm going to take this off here because I don't want people coming in here being like, no, questions are closed. To all you guys that came out today, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm going to take a little break, and then we're going to read Shorty, and we'll call it a day. If you missed me today and you want a question, look for me to post those up. The Taccion Triage lives, and you can get in and post your question before I even hit the live button. That would be my suggestion because they do fill up fast. But absolutely, Melina, I am not open to receive anything with past residents. Absolutely. I'm going to go take just a second break here, and then we're going to read just Shorty, okay? Let's see what you got going on here. You requested to go last, so I held up that request. Okay. To all my new faces, thank you guys for spending the morning with me. Glad to have you. All right, I shall return. 1 moment, please. Okay, this is the last reading of the morning. Thank you, everybody who came in. This is us being live for 2 hours. I did take some breaks though, so we won't do that. All right, let's look deeper at this communication coming in from the past person. All right, I've got Libra, Mercury, 9th, and the 2nd. So I feel like this could be some communication about like possession, you know, what we have or what they have, or the communication could come in because this person is possessive, okay, over a specific person. Libra is a partnership, right? So you could get some communication about someone wanting to partner with you, or possessiveness over somebody wanting to partner with you. Mercury is here, it is in retrograde. Boy, is it in retrograde. I don't know if maybe felt this energy has been proven. Mercury. You are protected. You have a cross here. So definitely the energy is blessed for you. Like, I feel like you're protected. So just know that. I have some grapes. Okay. So it's something to do with like clustering together, but you know, grapes make wine. So someone could be drinking or something like that. There's an infinite cycle here. If I can put the hold of the grape. Okay, so this is a cycle that's been repeated in the past. I also have a dolphin here. You're intelligent enough to know that the communication that's coming through, it might be their truth, but it isn't. Like, one person's view of the truth isn't everybody's view of the truth, right? And then you have a helm, so you're still in control of the energy in your life, right? Always remember that. Keep the helm in your hand. I appreciate you too, JNo. And I love you too, Sambla. I love you. Got the star card here. So I feel like this will be a conversation based upon like where the future trajectory is going here. Someone is also like trying to like break hope. So just kind of remember that if you kind of get that whole thing that I just said there. Like, I want you to really like rewind and listen to that.
This is a dangerous,
but it's not going to, right?
we're dealing with.
Because you know your truth, right? I don't really like when energies come in and there's a focus trying to affect your thought process, your future, whatnot, or just sort of break somebody's hope. I don't like that at all. But I need you to know that you need to stay in a tempered energy against what might be coming in conversation-wise. You know, with Mercury in retrograde, there's a lot of gossip. Okay, I'm gonna be the first one to tell you that. And, you know, Jupiter here is also bringing up lessons. This is a lesson that you have already learned, and you've got the bumper sticker and the t-shirt, and you know how to handle this situation, okay? But there is some energy here that's asking for you to be very tempered against what is happening. So stay in connection with what it is that you're doing. You know, you're one that is mixing spiritual into the material plane, okay? Maintain the energy of prayer. Maintain the energy of like whatever you need to do in order to stay connected to God, okay? Or divine, okay? Your higher self, a higher mind. Keep yourself in a higher mind right now, because I feel like there is going to be some energies here that are coming in with talks that are trying to affect that higher mind flow for you, okay? And while what they say might certainly be their truth, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is the absolute truth, right? There's multiple truths for people, so we need to start understanding that. And when we push our truth on other people, that is being dogmatic, right? Of the Emperor, you're sitting pretty in the energy. I feel like for you, you certainly are in your power. I want you to stay there. It's very important that you stay in your power. And I think you're doing that with this exquisite balance by resting when you need to. What's coming out of your mouth articulation wise is prayer, it's spirituality, it's higher thought, right? And these are things that need to be prioritized right now, because the higher mind is necessary for an expansion of this future trajectory in your life, okay? I am seeing there is a determination here to try to prevent some sort of a new thing happening externally to you. But I feel like it will not allow water on the boat. I feel like you're very strong in your judgment right now. There's also a judgment that is going in your favor. I feel like karma coming around. I'm going to be honest here. You know, I feel like someone might be getting some karma because they have not conducted themselves in a manner where it's appropriate, right? Maybe some morality was broken here, right? Maybe a higher law, not man's law, but God's law. A higher law was bypassed. Guardian's coming up for you, so you're guarded. I feel like you have a commitment coming your way. Now, what you choose to do with that is you are doing. I feel like this is someone you've dealt with in the past. And if I'm going to be honest, every time I say this, though, someone's been spying on you. There's been a split up. And I feel like a certain ex that you've dealt with here may be considering coming back your way. And that might be the discussion here with Libra and Mercury. There's still some energies attached to this energy. And I feel like they're upset about the separation. Okay, there's also pregnancy coming up, or birth coming up here as two separate frequencies, like they're webbing differently here. So you've got two situations. You've got a situation where there was a pregnancy, and there's like this situation where possibly there could be like something going in your favor here. And then there's a situation where somebody split up with someone, and that person's like they're wanting to come your way, and someone's angry about that. Okay, two different energies. You're being pulled two different ways, so it's very important to stay in that temperance energy. I feel like there's a child involved. Told you, and there's some sort of like a feeling of loss when it comes to like this person on the outer energy here. It feels like low vibrational Libra, like where they look at a person as currency. Okay, not that I'm hating on Libras. I love me some Libra. Okay, I'm just reading the energy. Don't come for me, but they know that they're going to be journeying to you because you are the one that has always kind of kept it together here, even though you're kind of distant. But I feel like you're going to get an offer from an ex here, and it's up to you what you want to do with that, right? Of it returning the ex, at least energetically. I feel like you're definitely being watched. You know, again, I'm going to pull a clarifier for this spying card. We'll just kind of see what that is here. I feel like you're keeping control of your thoughts and stuff like that. Like you're keeping them in a high vibe here, regardless of what's going on. I'm seeing the number 17 and 18. And you need to listen to your insight. You need to listen to your instinct and your intuition as you proceed forward, as these things are coming towards you, okay? We're going to clarify that spawning card because, you know, the Chariot come up with a vehicle. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. And I feel like you're going to have an opportunity come your way here. And if you refuse or push back, I feel like this particular person's going to build a door. They're not going to want to take no for an answer. They're going to be quite determined. Hence that Chariot card again. Great works are performed not by strength, but by perseverance. See what I'm saying? Like this person's kind of coming in with a persevering energy, right? Like they want to They want to push something forward, an opportunity with you. Clarify this spine card, please. Use the spine card, please. Who is this? So I'm getting some Leo energy coming in, and that's usually this ex of yours. I feel like you have an ex that's driving by someone, or there could have been like a third party or some heartbreak here in the energy. They're definitely like moving around you. They're like spying on you, watching you here. They're doing research. I feel like they're feeling a lot of sadness and pain. I just actually have a sharp pain. A lot of sadness and pain over some sort of past difficulty and lost love. But this could also represent to me not only sadness, but it could represent a controversial connection, but like some pain or pain over a lost opportunity here. I see the Ten of Swords. This is someone who's really having sleepless nights. I mean, maybe they're driving around because they're not sleeping at night, but they're not coming forward because we have the Hangman here, which means, they're not really coming forward right now. They've learned some sort of a lesson. I will say that, but the Hangman, they're seeing something differently. And when they reflect upon it, it's really hurting their feelings that something sort of went down the way that it did. Okay, I feel like they've broken up with someone, or they've made a break or ended some sort of relationship previous to this. And you are, the Ten of Swords needs an ending, but I feel like they are looking towards you. The only problem is with this Hangman energy, I don't feel like it's a steady in and steady energy, if you know what I mean. I don't. I feel like this person is feeling that Neptune retrograde though, and they're starting to see the error of their ways. So this could be the start of sort of coming forward. But see, I feel like they're coming in with the Ace of Wands. Okay. Wands. And the Ace of Wands is, yes, it's a new start, but I'm not feeling like it's fixed. Even though Leo is a fixed energy, I don't feel like it's fixed. I think in their mind, they want to be fixed in their movement, but I don't feel like this is the reality of the situation. Again, I just split it to the Tower. I told you. It's like they have something to say to you, and I feel like you will be faced with a situation where this person's going to come forward and speak up about the things that went down between the two of you, the bigger picture here. There's just truth coming forward. You are going to be surrounded by some gossip as well. I'm not going to lie to you. We have Mercury here, and there's someone who's angry. But they've liberated their self. And I think you're at a point right now, Shorty, where you've liberated yourself from this person from the past. So this is quite an interesting energy here, because it's like, that's how it works. Like when you truly healed, and I'm not talking thinking it like, wait, truly healed and you truly let go of something, that's when it chases you down, right? And, we have the Magician here, and that is action that's being created. It's the alchemist, right? Like creative. It creates movement. It tries to create the success that's needed. Now, I sometimes can pick up Scorpio energy with the Magician. I know most say Gemini, but it's right up against the Tower. So I feel like this person may have severed a relationship or break away from someone, liberating their self, opening up some freedom here in order to come forward and speak to you. Okay. I feel like you're doing good. And so I'm a little upset about the energy, because I don't want a disruption in the force for you, if you know what I'm saying. Because you're sitting good in the Ten of Pentacles, and the Temperance card is reflecting. You're looking good here. You've been careful. You've really built yourself up from this third party situation or this heartbreak, and you're in a good place right now. things are going your way, you know? And I just feel like you're going to have some restless energy come into your energy in the form of this. You can either use it to complete a cycle, or you can use it to repeat a cycle. You know, I want you to remember you've got a number 8 or an infinite cycle. So you can repeat the cycle if you're not careful, but I don't think that you will, because I think that you've worked too hard to be where you're at. And you've got some other things going on here when it comes to a child and some other things, right? You want to stay in control of that helm. And I feel like you will, you'll forgive this person, or you'll have a conversation, but I feel like you're going to choose to stay sovereign in your energy. I do feel that. You're going to hear from someone like talking a lot about an angry situation of a partnership. They're going to want to unload on you and talk to you about, you know, there's no harm in just not entertaining communication right now that isn't purposeful or isn't, I mean, we don't really need to be around a static or just people who are spreading a lot of confusion and stuff like that. You know, that's the thing, like there's going to be a lot of fallacy within this. Your person is trying to learn fidelity on one of the energy frequencies I'm picking up here. If you were wondering about something, whether it was a yes or a no, they're showing me yes. And they're telling me to consider, to tell you to let go. You know, maybe this is the closure that you asked for. Are you ready to receive the closure that you asked for? Are you ready to receive what it is that you truly want? That's the question for everybody in here today, or anybody watching, right? Because that's what it is. So I knew today was going to be a little hectic with just the energies in general. So at least we got through that and it wasn't super bad. Like, I mean, some stuff come out, you know, it is what it is. But with Neptune in retrograde, that truth is going to be so undeniably unignorable that people are going to have to start addressing shit, you know. It's going to create a change here. And that's what we need, right? We don't want to be, fantasy is great, dreams are great, but not when it's preventing you to manifest it into a reality, or if you're seeing the good in someone that's acting not so good, right? I want you guys to remember what I put out in the July 2026 reading. It's the divine reset. You know, make that time for yourself, you guys. It's so important. Like, if you want to take vacation and afford it, do it. If you need a day, just no stimulation and just away from people, do it. If you need like a staycation, if you need a day where you just journal, I don't know, like maybe write lyrics, write poetry, whatever it is that you need to do, please, I ask you to give yourself that. Okay? And when things get tough, you know, reach out to the people that love you, you know, the true ones, the ones that are there for you, because these energies are turbulent. Okay, they're turbulent. It's going to be all right. Okay? Specifically, if you've had a spat or an argument and you really love somebody right now, just know it's going to be all right. Like, these things need to come to the surface so they can be resolved, right? There's things that were sort of unconscious that we had going on that we weren't aware of, and those things really need to be purged out and released so you can truly heal. I appreciate everybody who come in today. Thank you to all the new people. We're glad to have you. Thank you to all of my moderators. I love you guys very much. You guys continue to show love and support, and I appreciate you. If you missed me today and you want to have access to me, watch for my Taccion Triage lives. If you subscribe and you hit the notifications, it'll let you know when I go live, so that way you don't miss Also, like if I posted the video previous, you guys can go ahead and post your questions under that because I can see that. You know what I mean? You don't have to, but if you want to get in, I just have a feeling that the list is going to start filling up quickly because that's what happened before. So I'm doing this out of love for you so that you have access. You can get the questions that you need. Remember that if I'm very busy in the reading, if you drop an ambulance, it's going to catch my attention, okay? And it will be a short emergency stat question, and we'll get you in. I would like to start moving and flowing through the questions a little bit quicker, but I'm not going to shaft your reading, okay? If it comes up on the board, I can't do it. I have to read it all the way. That's just who I am, and if that makes you have to wait, I'm not sorry for reading it all because sometimes it'll come out and you need clarification, okay? That happened with a couple of readings today, and you can see why I stick with it and push through. But I love you guys, and I really appreciate you hanging out with me today. Don't forget to drop a like if you come in, and if I read for you, give me some feedback, okay? Because I really do enjoy that. But you can check out the Taccion Triages for the whole month and the prescriptions down in the description box below. I am going on vacation, so don't hate on me, okay? Because I'm probably not going to do these Taccion Triages for a little bit here. But I will be returning, and we will do them again. But I am taking my babies somewhere, so, you know, you won't have to forgive me for it. Family first, you know, spend the quality time with people that you love, live your life, you know, go out and enjoy yourself and really value those times, be present within those moments, you guys. And I think that's all I have to say, but I love you guys, and until next time, stay in a Taccion mind. Bye guys. Thank you all for coming in. I love you very much.